All right, today we're talking about getting rid of useless people in your life. So, first of all, what is a useless person? You might say, well, a useless person is somebody who has no value. And that's only partially true, because here's the deal. You can have useless people in your life, and that doesn't mean that they're useless people overall. There's useless people, and those useless people are people who are useless to you. Now, outside of your life, they might have all sorts of value, all the value in the world. But in your life, they're useless. And it's important to make that distinction. Because when I say a useless person, I'm not saying that they have no value as a human being. I'm not saying that they're not a good person. They might be better than you are in many ways. But that can still not change the fact that they're useless to you. Now, we live in a time where we fill our lives with hundreds of people that are friends on Facebook and other social media platforms. And we have all sorts of people that we have in our orbit, co-workers and acquaintances and people who we value and we want them to like us, we want them to be in our lives. And maybe that's one directional, maybe we like them and we invest in them, but then they also don't really necessarily want to do the same to us. We have people who we imagine to be our friends, and on the surface, we'll hear them say, well, we're friends. Of course we're friends, right? But then are we really actually getting any mutual value out of each other's lives? And the answer quite possibly might be no. Because the truth is, this person isn't really there for you. This person doesn't really care about you, and you imagine that they do. You want to tell yourself a lie that you aren't alone and you have a bunch of people in your life and they care about you and you're full of abundance. But what if that's not true? What if the people that you think are important to you don't actually care about you? They're not obligated to. It's fine. People don't have to care about you. People don't have to be invested in your life. If you think that people have to be obsessed with you, that's a problem with you. Okay? Because people don't have to think that the world revolves around you. And if you try to force people to love you, you're going to be in for a rude awakening, because you're going to find out that the more you try to force them to be what you want them to be, the more you're going to lose them and push them away. So, sometimes it's better to understand that someone is useless. And again, I'm saying useless because it sounds dramatic, but it's useless to you right now, not useless as a whole. There's quite a lot of quality things in life that are useless to you. A very, very high-powered sports car is an extremely beautiful piece of equipment. It's wonderful. And yet it's useless to me if what I actually need is a four-wheel drive work truck to get a job done. I don't care that it has a sticker value of $200,000 for that vehicle and it's brand new and it's shiny and it's wonderful and has a high-powered engine. It's useless to me because it does not help me do the things I need to do. And the same thing applies to all sorts of relationships with people. They are useless to you if they do not bear fruit in your life. So, let go of these things. Let go of the fake relationships. Let go of the illusion of importance and illusion of quality. And instead, invest in things which actually have value, which have proven value. The people who would be there for you if you really needed help. The people to you who will reach out to you even if you didn't reach out to them. Now, open your life. Plant the seeds of openness so that when blessings come your way, you're receptive to them. Because if you have a closed mind toward life and you have ruled out all sorts of things other than a very narrow perspective of a few things that you want, then life can't give you the blessings that you potentially otherwise would be able to receive because you're so busy focusing on that very narrow spectrum of things that meet your criteria. So open up your mind and accept that life is filled with blessings, not just the ones you anticipate. But also understand that many of the things that you think of as needs and as value might actually just be distractions and illusions. And it doesn't matter how much that illusion off on the horizon looks appealing. The little palm trees and the desert oasis standing out above the sand. If you get there and there's nothing there, it doesn't matter. Actually, it's worse than not mattering. It's doing actual harm. Because instead of taking care of yourself and conserving your energy and doing what you need to survive, what you need to do to survive, you are out there pursuing an illusion. The oasis that doesn't exist. So let your life be based on truth. Let your relationships in life be based on truth. And understand it's better to face the truth, however inconvenient it might be. And then just let it be what it is. And that may mean you get rid of that list of 500 or 1,000 people on your Facebook that you scroll all the time and you think that they're your friends, but really you're never going to actually see them again, and all they're doing is virtue signaling and trying to remotely measure up to show Instagram pictures of how awesome their life is and how great their dinner was. You let go of that. You let go of the fake friends that are just acquaintances and folks who will leech off of you when they need something and not be there when you need something. You let go of the people who are there when it's surface and it's fun and it's convenient for them, but then the truth is they'll never actually really miss you or reach out to you to see how you're doing. You will find what is true and what is not when you let go of everything. When you let go of everything, then the only things that remain are the things that are actually necessary to the function of your life. The things which really are generating value. It's like when your computer isn't working well and it won't start and there's problems, you go to Windows Safe Mode. And what that does is it loads up the core part of the operating system, the part that really matters, the part that you need to start your computer and run it. And then you load up just that. You don't have any of the extra superfluous fluff and embellishments. All you have is that core mechanic. Then you can troubleshoot your system and you can make a determination of what things you need and what things you don't and what things are causing trouble and problems with your system. It's the same way with life. When you eliminate all the unnecessary things, all of the optional friendships, all of the people who you want in your life but you don't necessarily need in your life, then you're able to tell, based on what remains, you can tell what is useless to you and what provides value. Now again, that does not mean that the things you give up in your life have no value as a whole. There's lots of things that have value to somebody else, or value in a different time, or value in a different context, but no value here and now. So, surrender everything that is optional in your life. It's okay to go offline and stop reaching out to people, and then see who reaches out to you. See who values you enough to be there when you aren't going out of your way to add them and follow them and give them attention. When you focus on you, when you focus on building yourself up and working on the things you need to work on, sometimes you have to disappear for a while so that you can work on yourself, and that's good. And the people that really matter in your life, you will find they will be there as well. Sometimes you will find people that you didn't think value you more than you realized. Other times you will realize that people who you valued and you thought they were important actually were just distractions you needed to let go. Regardless of what it is, you're going to have more peace and more prosperity when you surrender unnecessary things and you trust the universe to provide for your needs, however it sees fit. Thank you for watching.